been giving you some whys. So there's no shortage of scholarships. There's no need to pay anybody to do what I'm telling you about. Yet I just started a business where I get paid to go out and talk to people. Wait, Mr. Nippy, that's being a hypocrite. No, that's a man who want to get out of 40 hours a week so I can go out and touch more people. Matthew 28 said, get out there. I can't get out there right now. I got a meeting with the general today. I'm tired of that stuff. I want to do what I want to do with regard to my purpose, and it's not sitting in some little room planning and scheming about what we're going to do in Afghanistan. I don't care about that stuff. Y'all what I care about. My kids are long gone, but I want you to go to college. I want you to figure out what your purpose is. I want you to not have debt so we can change this cycle of crap that we got going on in the world. And so one of the things I look at, there's a scholar, you can try this again, Google Scholarship ebook. That's going to be important. That's on my site. This is the book. It's free. How much am I charging you for it? $0. Go to this book. It will teach you how to get scholarships. It's going to talk to you about magic words. It's going to teach you. Now, like I said, if I had control, I'd show you, because I sit right in my workshops that you're welcome to any second Saturday. Next Saturday it's going to be from 9 to 10:30. People come in. We feed them. How much do you pay? Nothing. We give you information. So see that site right there? Go to the top for me. At the top, there's a whole site, EP21, but that's a scholarship page. See right there where it says, and this is what I want you to do when you go home. Or you can do it if you get a break today. Red stuff. I don't see. Yikes, where is it? It was red a second ago, buddy. Oh, I'm blind. there, I can't see. Right there. You click that link. If you go ahead and click it, let's see if it works while it's coming about. Tell them. This is the book that tells you what you should do. So right now, baby, you're a senior. You need triage. We need to clear. Boom. You need help right now. The seniors, y'all need to be hands laid, because right now, they're a senior already. Senior, I got 3rd graders that got scholarships right now. You just take 6th and 7th graders. How many 6th and 7th graders we got in the room? Do y'all have any scholarships right now? Right. You can get today. When? Today, you can go out there right now and just type 6th grade scholarship, 7th grade scholarship, middle school scholarships. They're out there right now. You apply for it, you get it, and you put it in the bank. You just stack it away. I get so sick and tired of seniors, not the ones in here, but seniors, y'all know, they wait till the end to start looking for scholarships. And so God put me here to say, don't wait, do it now. Hurry, let's go, let's do it. If a building was on fire and you're in it, would you tell people, hey, we got to get out, there's a fire? No, you'd be like, hey, let's go, come on, let's go, we got it, let's go, come on, hurry up. That's what I feel like right now. I'm trying to tell you, there's a fire. That book, if you scroll down on that site, it's free. Scroll down just a little bit. Right there, click, no, you don't have to click here, but click here to download Scholarship Search Secrets. If I knew then what I knew now, she talked about 12 million in merit-based scholarships. It would be 120 million if I started this back when I started the business in 2005. I didn't know it back then. Now, we've helped kids get a lot more than 12 million, other stuff that they didn't know about. But the 12 million is merit-based. That site, that book, when you download it, page 23, it talks about what you want to major in. I was talking to a kid back there, and it teaches you how to search for scholarships. Now, I do it at my workshops from the front, and I have people pick out what they want to major in, and I show them. I sit at home, and I help kids do this. You guys can do this, but you don't need me there. If you got the why, the how is in that book. Page 23, secret words. Teaches you the impact of putting quotes around your search. Teaches you how to get to a college that you want to go to. Look on their site for scholarships they forgot they had. It's amazing, guys, I'm telling you. So there's so much out there. So we can go back to the PowerPoint. I want you to do it. At my workshops, I sit and I have time. Today, I'm just going to show you, hey, here's the fishing hole. So you go fish there. Then I'm going to say, oh, and another fishing hole is over here. And you go fish there. I don't have time to sit with you and say, do your worm like this and throw it to you. You can watch my videos online and see that. Today is not the day. So don't believe the hype when people say that there's no scholarships out there, there's no money out there, that some of the scholarships gurus, you can be like me. If you pay me, you know, $10,000 or whatever, you can be like me. You can have what I have. Some of them you can't. Some of y'all just not the ones to go to Harvard. Some of y'all just not the ones. That's okay, though. That's okay, because they got all these great schools out here. You don't have to go to Harvard. You don't have to go to Stanford. See, some of y'all, your parents been telling you since you were this high, oh, baby, you can go to UT. Some of you had the little cute cheerleader outfits when y'all were young, but she's like, oh, yeah, you got me, yeah. Some of y'all had them when you were this high, and your dad be watching TV and drinking those funny beverages. Hey, yeah, look at that. And you're like, yay, daddy, look, come on. cheering and you're screaming and you're excited. And he said, yeah, my baby going to UT, yeah. And you grew up. And you're going to listen to him, and so you're a senior, and you're walking across stage. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Daddy, hook 'em on, yay! And Daddy's like this. Oh, crap. The reason he said it, because I told that baby she can go to UT. And when they said it, they were delirious. They really believed it. But the reality is they can't afford it. I told you I make $200,000 a year, and I can't afford it. And so what I try to get y'all to do is get your own scholarships, 6th graders, by starting to look for them now. 7th graders now, 8th graders now. And even if it's not something you can apply for now, you can start working on it now. Oh, I want to be in engineering. I want to go to this school for this scholarship. Those scholarships don't change. Essay questions don't change. So when your teacher gives you an assignment, if you can write that essay question for that assignment, write it, let them grade it. And then you got a B, oh crap. Get it better for the next year. Keep getting that better so when you need it, you apply for it. That essay is tight. Because that's what y'all get hemmed up at. Essays and ACT, SAT. It kills y'all every time because you're rushing, you're trying to hurry up. So don't believe the hype that everybody can get it. Scholarship searches, it's an art, not a science. See, a lot of y'all think it's just something simple. I'm just going to wait till I'm a senior. I'm going to go in there and just do this and do that. Dude, you got this. Like, I'm a metal detector. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. That's what EP21 is. We just kind of point the scholarship, point out, hey, go over here and look at this. Beep, 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 beep. I know that certain schools have too many women and they want men. I know certain schools have too many black folk and they want white men. University of Georgia just did it with us. I'm not making engineering. They wanted this kid to come there because he was white and they needed white folk. And people say, well, ain't no scholarships for white folk. There's lots of scholarships for white folk. I get so sick and tired of people telling me that kind of stuff. It's just for minority or people with a mouth in the back of the neck that chew like that. No! There's scholarships for everybody. You just got to know what you're looking for. But you find somebody, you find your crew. We're going to talk about this later. You find somebody who has a clue and say, help. I want to hitch my wagon here. You're going to give me free information? I want it. You give it to me. I will do the work. Mr. Miyagi, that's all I am. You ever seen The Karate Kid? Wax on, wax off, wax on. That's it. And then, what's his name? Ralph, what? Machio or something. He do a little kick and everything. Oh, Lord. He do a little kick. He do a little stuff. But he did what Mr. Miyagi told him to do. And when he did what Mr. Miyagi told him to do, he succeeded. You can't prove me wrong. I've been doing this too long for y'all to all of a sudden make it where I'm wrong. You can't. My son was here. My daughter was here. He got more money. I got many kids in my program who are here. I got these kids who are salutatorian and all this, and they don't get nowhere near the money that these kids get because the ones down here do the work necessary to get the scholarship. See, some of y'all think if you stand in the garage and say, I'm a car, you're going to become a car. You are not. No more than if you sit in my workshop and say, I'm going to get scholarship. Not if you don't do the work. So if Mr. Miyagi did that and then Ralph Macchio didn't try, he wouldn't be successful. You understand? So I need y'all to listen to what I say. Watch the free videos. Do the things in the book. Ask questions. Send me emails. Mr. Miyagi, I don't understand. I'm going to say wax on, wax off. Go look here. Wax on, wax off. What are you trying to do? Tell me. Oh, no. Wax on, wax off. So I need y'all to do what? Wax on, wax off. Y'all got it good. Ooh, Lord. Game film. This is the other thing. The game film, when the Super Bowl and all those games come on, those guys are out there doing their thing. Do you know before they get on that field, they have watched all kind of game film, all kind, throughout the week, throughout the years, because they want to know what's the tendency of that guy. When I drop back like this and I look here, what does he do? When I do this, what's going to happen? You're going to have to be the same way. You're going to have to be focused and on point with game film. So that means YouTube is full of free information. Keep this in mind. I just started a business where I do scholarships and I'm going to go out and I get paid to travel and talk to people. But you don't need me. You don't need me. I just got some people 2 weeks ago. She wanted to pay me $3,000 something just to help a kid. Ma'am, just bring the kid for free. You don't have to pay me. No, I want you to help him. And this has been going on for 9 years. Reagan had a salutatorian and wanted me to help 5,000 for 1 year to help their kid. So I'm sitting there thinking, God says, boy, it's that whole thing about, you're not getting it. You're kind of slow. I want you to help people. There's some people who won't do what you say for free. They want to pay you. Go out and do what I said. So while you're getting paid to do that, you can help the other ones who can't afford it. And so I know Satan's going to be all over me. Though Satan's going to try to make this like it's about me. That's why I keep telling Cynthia, it ain't about me. It ain't about me. It's about God. It's always been about God. And so our purpose, whatever little piece we're supposed to do it. So if it takes me talking to you to help you find your purpose so you can go out and do it as young Christians and not be in debt so you can fulfill whatever it is that he has for you to do, then I'm going to do it. And if that means I got to get out of that job making 6 figures in order to possibly make less, but to be happier, to be more content and to do what God has in his will for me, then I'm going to do it. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I'm going to talk to you about looking at game film, because I do it. I got no kids at the house. Why am I watching somebody at Vanderbilt telling me about how to get into college? For y'all. That's just what I do. I've been doing it for 9 years for free. So if somebody will pay you to do something you'll do for free, you need to look at that. And that's all I'm doing. I'm being obedient to God. So when I look here and see Mardi Gras, I try to make word pictures. I want you to get it. Louisiana. You the only one? Anybody else from Louisiana? Right here? Okay, y'all been to Mardi Gras? Look at, look, she said, no, not me. I try to black that out. I don't want to remember that. Mardi Gras, for those who don't know it, in Louisiana, it's a kind of carnival where they ride along the streets and they throw you the balloons and your little bees and all the little trinkets. And what happens is, it's easy for me to make y'all understand this. I like word pictures. Some of y'all are so qualified for scholarships. Some of you are less qualified. But if you put in the work, even the less qualified will get more than the qualified. The way you do it, though, is you start searching for scholarships. You're running around, and just like Mardi Gras, you say, hey, throw me some beads. That's what you do, and the people throw you beads. Look at the beads as scholarships. Hey, throw me some beads. And we're running down and say, hey, throw me some beads, please, throw me some beads. Some people down there will take their shirt and raise it up. Don't do that. But say, throw me some beads. Please throw me some beads. And so what they're doing is they're trying to catch all these beads. You should be doing the same thing. The one who wanted to major in engineering, what did you say you wanted to major in? Psychology. So you're looking, saying, they got psychology scholarships. I just want psychology. No, don't throw me that one. No, not communication. No, not to you. No. I don't want to go to Harvard. I just want to go to UT. No, I don't want. No. Treat scholarship searches like Mardi Gras. It breaks my heart when I find seniors who've only applied for 2 scholarships, when I got people in my workshop who've applied for 70. The reason they have is because they've been with me. Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. And so they've been running and said, no, give me that one. And the ones you don't want, put them over here on the table. The ones you do want, put them on this side. And when the thing is over, look and see what you got. If the ones you do want don't have enough, what you going to do? You're going to go over here and look at other scholarships, but if you never applied for it, you won't know. I got people tell me, well, I just want my baby to go here in Texas. I just want my baby to go in this degree or at this school. I'm saying, get Hawaii anyway, just in case. Get ROTC scholarships, but I don't want to join the military. Ain't nobody ask you nothing. Just do what I'm saying. Get it, because if you get the ROTC scholarship, you can turn around and show the other people, look what I got, Baylor. Look what I got, Michigan. I got this. And they say, ooh, really? So they'll offer you more money because of scholarships you've earned. But you can't use it as leverage if you never earned it. So get all you can while you can from Mardi Gras for the scholarships. Don't sit there. I'm telling you, it's going to break my heart if Sister Fowler tell me next year that she got seniors that by this time haven't applied for 50, 60 to 100 scholarships. I got a girl named Joy Stevens. She's been in my program. She got $1 million, $1.2 million in scholarships. She taught me that you could even defer them. When she got all that money, some of it she couldn't use. Some of it she's getting paid money every semester, but some of it she deferred. So she got all this, and she won the Jackie Robinson. She said, hey, I want to use that one later. And she banked it. Just in case she fails out or something happens or she changes her mind about this school in Davidson out there in Carolina, she could then switch and go get the Jackie Robinson. I didn't even know that. That's why I say God wants me to learn this so I can teach the masses. And I'm not going to do it just in San Antonio. So y'all better catch on while you can right now. I'm not even 4 or 5 miles from here where we do our workshop. Get in there and get that free information. Get on the website and get that free information. Do the Mardi Gras stuff. Do the things I'm teaching you. And search for his will in your life. Son, I know you're young. What grade are you in? 6th grade. 2. Have some little fat man telling you do what God's will is in your life. And my man said, I don't even know what color socks I got on today. I'm telling you, you're not too young. They had rulers that back in the day were 12 years old when they ruled kingdoms, if you read your Bible. So don't tell me y'all too young to think about what your will is. God will plant it in your heart, And it's just there. For me, I never knew it, but when I look back over my life, sorry about that. I look back over my life, I've always worked with teens. I have. When I joined the military, I've been an instructor. I've been this, I've been that. And all that I've done, I look back on it, and it involved dealing with teens in some way, even with the military. When flying satellites, I did training. I taught young men coming out of school. It's always been about that. So when I look back, I see what my purpose has been. And so you search for his will, but don't be like me. It took me this long time to look. That's that hindsight. It's 2020. I already know. The rearview mirror of my life, I can see it. I want y'all to think about it now so you're not in debt later on in life. I don't want you doing something that God didn't mean for you to do. I don't care if it pays you a lot more money. I know that's crazy, isn't it? I don't care if your friends tell you that you ought to be an engineer like them and your calling is to be a teacher and you know that in your heart, or your calling is to be whatever and you know it in your heart. You do what God plants in your heart and not whatever all your homies doing. I can't stand it when people say, well, what you going to major in? I'm majoring in tree bark growing. What is tree bark growing? And then why you won't drag my child or my daughter? That's another one. You get all those student loans, and all of a sudden you come back with your little boyfriend and girlfriend and say, hey, mama, this Jeremy, we in love. And your mama sitting there knowing she $20,000, $30,000 on the hook by co-signing for loans for you to go to school, and then you change your mind. So that's what I'm going to tell your parents. I say, y'all do what you want with your money. But I was trying to get my kids to get scholarships so I didn't have to pay for it. So when they came back with that knucklehead stuff, my daughter did that to me. She lost all her scholarships in her junior year. And she had done that little thing with this little boyfriend of a judge here in town. We in love. Are you crazy? But Daddy, since I got all these other scholarships and I want you can help me pay for it. I ain't paying for nothing. I'm sorry. I'm not. And you know what? She's just like Bill Gates. So if you took everything that Bill Gates ever earned, all the money he ever made, and took it from him, he can go earn it again. My daughter went out and got scholarships. She said, okay, little fat round man, you say I can do it. And she went out and she did it and got more money. And so what I'm telling you is, if it is to be, it's up to me, it's up to y'all. You can do this if you put your mind to it. And so one of the things, I'm going to have you try this again with that stupid, smart, a wise video. It's a little clip. It's something I did. I do commencement exercises for churches. I don't know if it's that guy, Family Praise or whatever. I did a little thing. It's 2 minutes, but I want you to see it. It's a clip that comes right after that one. I know he's looking at it. That's it. Just go ahead and play it for me.
The thing I want to leave you with is you're going to be one of three types of people when you leave here. And your mom and dad already know you fall in one of these categories. You're either going to be stupid, smart, or wise. All right, check this out. I'm going to sit down. Stupid people, they're the people who do the same thing over and over and keep making that same mistake. Put your hand in fire, burn, ouch. Put your hand back in fire, burn, ouch. Put your hand in fire, burn, ouch. You're going to see the same thing when you're in school. Don't study for my test, fail, darn. Don't study for my next test, fail, darn. And you're going to do that over and over and over, and all of a sudden at the end of the semester, you're going to have this F and wonder, I don't know what happened, they didn't like me. And that's crazy. All right, that's one. You don't want to be stupid. Then you're the smart person. That's the person who go in and didn't study, they had a lot of fun, they didn't study, they failed, and say, ouch. I better not do that again. Because if I don't study, I'm going to fail, and if I keep doing that, I'm going to fail out of school. Therefore, I'm going to study so I pass my test. I'm going to study so I pass my test. Don't be stupid. Keep not studying and failing. You messed up once, learn from that, and move on. Don't make the same mistake over and over again. That's a smart person. That's probably me. But you want to be like Mr. Hooker and some of the faculty here, some of the educators here. You want to be what I call wise, where you're the roommate of that person over there who's stupid. And you're watching them say, they didn't study, they failed. Ooh, they didn't study, they failed. Ooh, they didn't study, they failed. And then all of a sudden you say, I'm not going to be like that, because you can learn from the mistakes of other people. So I'm asking you right now, you got a room full of people who make mistakes with them. Talk with them, ask them about their advice, and don't make mistakes. Get your education, whether that's right away or 1, 2, 3 years from now. Don't ever stop, because credit cards are not a joke. Get your education. I am so proud of you. Thank you.
Okay, so that's what I was meant to do. I'm meant to do that and help people. So I'm going to continue to do the things that I do to help folk like you guys do what you need to do. But one of the things I'm going to do now, we're going to go to that EP21 site real quick, and I'm just going to hit on these because I do want to give them some time to ask some questions. So I'm going to kind of show them where this stuff is, but not get into it. So he's going to go to that site, and we'll talk about these things that are on here. And I will tell you, because I'm looking at it, but I got my little slide thing here. So as he's pulling it up, we're going to talk about the website. It's free. Go to it. Look at it. Don't pay any money for anything. Just look at the site. There's nothing asking you for money. And on there it tells you 8 days and 22 minutes until I do my next workshop here. So, okay, you're just temperamental, aren't you? There it is. But you can see that little clock right there that goes up. They have the different things where you can see what's the next workshop, facts and downloads. There's a timeline on there that tells you what to do every month. And then you can do those things. Mr. Miyagi, like photos of a lot of the kids we've helped, workshop clips for the last few years. So a lot of people will go open one of those and open the PowerPoint and just follow along as if you were at my workshop. Scholarship links, lots of them. I'm going to talk about it later, but one of the things is I haven't updated some of that stuff, so they changed scholarship links. Do you know that? They'll change them up, but what I know is a secret, I can tell you, is that if you go to a link and it doesn't open up, what do you normally have to do to get to that thing you were looking for? Anybody know yet? Go back to the backslash. So what you do is if it doesn't work, just go back to that backslash, because usually something else changes. Go back to the backslash. When you get a minority scholarship and you're a white kid and you say, well, I want a scholarship too. Go back to the backslash. Usually there's somewhere at some point you could be whatever race you need to be, okay? This is black, this is Hispanic. There's the white one right there. There's the regular one right there. People make that mistake of thinking scholarships are just for certain races, but really if you look at the population of this country and 68% is white, but yet 78% of the people get scholarships that are white, it's not a disparity. People just see that because there's so much focus on minority scholarships. But if you happen to be minority, use it. Use it. If you happen to be white and they're looking for white folk, use it. See, people don't use their disabilities. I'm going to say it in a little bit, but if you're bipolar, there's scholarships for that. If your parents are truck drivers, there's scholarships for that. The other day at the base, guy said, well, okay, I got one for you. What if you got twins? Got on my computer? Twins. If you got twins, there's scholarships for them. There's scholarships about being left-handed, being 6'5". There's scholarships for that. My man said, you got me, I'm in that one. So one of the things is about this site is it talks about a lot of stuff. So if he scrolls down there, all right, down there there's like the website of the month. That one's called, we're not going to open it, that red one right there, here is college data. You can go there. So some of you want to go to certain schools. You go there, you open it up, and kids have populated it with schools they wanted to go to, and it shows their GPAs, their SATs, because you want to compare yourself. This is me, I'm here. If I look at this list and it shows a bunch of people and what they've done, and they say, oh, they got accepted, they didn't. You can do that same thing and start figuring out whether or not you're a good candidate to get into those schools and to get scholarships. Does that make sense? So these are just tools on, now scroll down some more, and it talks about, there's a lot of links, right? Keep going, there's internships, volunteering, there's a bunch of stuff, but the recommended websites, if you don't remember anything else I say, a lot of the things that I wanted to show you are right in there with their scholarships. That's the one, there's comprehensive scholarship sites where it has all kinds of databases that you can go to, things y'all wouldn't know to look at. That's what I do when I'm helping kids. I go to those sites and I look for that stuff and I'll find it. They say, well, what about if you need books for college? I find scholarships for books. What if you want to come home when you're away? Because if you get a full-paid scholarship, they don't pay for you to come home. There's scholarships to fly you back and forth home. Southwest Airlines has a great one. The other airlines have great scholarship programs. But y'all don't know that because I'm the metal detector. That's what I do. And so my job is to point you to a lot of this stuff. In that same thing, we talk about a bunch of different stuff, the 10 things you got to know about paying for college. This is what I use for my daughter and my son. It's by Brandon Rogers, 10 things you got to know for college. But you don't have to buy the book on my site. There's a link to this. You can go look at the stuff that's in this book. But when you look at it, every year I look at it and I look at how I just read it and I highlight it as if I'm going to take an exam. I've helped thousands of kids get into college because of books like this. So later I'm going to talk to you about investing. You're going to have to think about that. You're going to have to get some books sometime or go out and look at something if it's going to give you information. Sometimes we're so cheap and chintzy that we won't go out and pay it's 80 cents now. Ooh, 80 cents? My God. That's a lot of money. When I bought it, it was $8.95 or whatever, but now it's 80 cents when you can find it. So take advantage of that kind of stuff. These things are out there. They're free resources or cheap resources that you can get. Minnie Piper Stevens, this book, they have this. It's online, but I'm going to give a couple of them away, but I give them away at my workshop. What grade are you in? Junior. Okay, yeah. That's free. Which, that's your baby? He got it. He got it. All right. And a little shy one over there. What grade are you in, young lady? No, this one right here. Which grade are you? Oh, yeah, she said he saw me. What grade are you? You're 6th grade. Now, see, you got juniors in here who need this more than you, but I'm going to give it to you and they're going to be mad. But that's okay because you can share it with them. But they can go get it because on my website it's a free link that shows you all the stuff. I'm going to give this one to you, okay? What do you want to major in? Don't know yet? No, girl, you shy. Look at you all shy and cute. Isn't that something? She'll be on the WOAI news one day doing the news. That's all right. That's all right. So, look, that's it. He pulled it up. So that's the link. That book that I just gave, it talks about zero interest loans. How much interest do you pay on a zero interest loan? None. So even if you got to get student loans, go to Frost Bank, go to apply for that and get a zero interest loan. Then you got to finish school and then you pay it back. Doesn't that make sense? Yeah, but a lot of y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know about reciprocity either. That's something that where you can go to school in a bordering state. And if you don't know this, you go there and they're going to say, okay, this is your tuition, this is your fees. Oh, and here's $10,000 for out-of-state fees. And they will charge you for that. But if you listen to the Mr. Miyagi wax on, say, hey, do you guys have a reciprocity agreement with Texas? Why, yes, we do. And they'll drop that $10,000 just like that. Just like that. But you won't know that if you don't know people like me or the resources that I'm telling you. So in my book, we talk about that. Or the TLU choice, Texas choice. Y'all heard about that? Because TLU is a college that's out there. And a lot of people say, well, I don't want to go out there because that's like the Walking Dead show or something. It's just kind of like there's a whole lot of people there. They have a great education. It costs a lot. But I know that if you're going to go there anyway, I say make sure you apply for UT and Texas A&M. Why, Mr. Nippy? I'm glad you asked. The reason you do is this, because you say, if I get accepted to UT or Texas A&M, TLU will drop their prices from here to in-state tuition. I mean, to regular public school costs. But if you don't know that, you are going to go to TLU and pay regular prices. Does that make sense? So that's one of the things that I do. So on this thing, on my site, we have lots of stuff like that. You can go back to the PowerPoint, sir. We're going to have blogs. We're going to have, again, little excerpts from the book that you see, but I'm going to give you the book for free anyway, so my book. So, all right, that's good. Scholarships for almost everything. I talked a little bit about that already. Again, I mean it when I say it. You know, parents, your truck driver, if your parents are deceased, there's lots of scholarships for you out there. You know, you're being raised by your grandparents. There's scholarships for you out there. You just got to know what to look for. So what I'm telling you is, when you see these scholarship people come and say, and you can do it too, because I did it. Some of that's bull because you can't do exactly what they did, but you can do it your way. You can do it based on your situation, so you got to look at that person in the mirror. So that's part of my ministry, part of what I'm going to go out and share with people, is you can get scholarships that she can never get. Same thing here, you can get scholarships that he can never get. But you got to know what it is and then find your ratio and then apply. Don't disappoint Sister Fowler. Don't disappoint Miss Fowler, as y'all call her. And next year when you're a senior, she say, how many scholarships do you apply for? 3. That's just wrong. It makes my heart, it breaks my heart when I see that. I have a TV show on. It's every Saturday, every Sunday, 10:30 to 12 o'clock. It's on. Look at the website and it'll show you what channels it's on. Go check it out. If you don't have that cable, AT&T Time Warner or Grande, then go to the website. It's all there. My TV show shows people the details. See, I'm talking to you about a lot of stuff, but I break it down and go into the the nuts and bolts of it. So get people like me to show you that. Study abroad. How many of y'all want to go overseas to go to college? Nope, a couple. I see a couple of hands. It's just, Miss Flower will say, me. Yeah, I have people who will be, they'll be in my workshop. You see people laughing and crying, and some of them were crying because their parents told them, I'm going to let you go overseas to go to school. And it's like, but then they see the sticker price. But there's scholarships for that too. But what I like is that even if you can't get that and you don't have the grades to get that, there's scholarships, there's schools you can get accepted to here that have study abroad programs. Well, you go to school like the University of Denver, and oh, by the way, if you happen to be a veteran, they got a yellow ribbon program that drops the cost of going to that school even further. Yellow ribbon is something, if you're military dependents, always ask about that because that's military monies that they just drop off. They drop off costs because of that, so check into that program. But the study abroad, so you can go to the University of Denver. It's a private college, but they have a yellow ribbon program. So you can go to schools like that might cost a lot more, like Baylor, Rice, Stanford, but they have endowments and they have money that they'll give you. That school will be cheaper for you to go there than to go right here to UTSA or some of the junior colleges because they got money to give you. They're looking for some of you, not even straight A students. They're looking for people who got a new degree program and you want to major in that. They're going to try to give away scholarships to get people to come to that school. So you got to understand that. So, but to study abroad, you go to Denver, they'll actually send you over to London to drink tea and eat crumpets and you do that part-time. They got schools in D.C. to do the same thing. So even though you don't get that whole 4 years overseas, which you probably wouldn't have liked anyway, what if you can go to a school here and then do some semesters over there? Think about that stuff. Internships and co-ops. Take advantage of that. So where's my guy, the other senior who was standing with you? It's you. Engineering. What kind of engineering do you want to major in? Mechanical. So see, right now I know all kind of stuff that's out there, especially if you're technical degrees. Now don't get me wrong, don't be mad because people get all offensive when I say some of y'all want to dance. Oh my God, Mama, I just want to dance. That's what I want to do. I'm good, Mama. I'm good. I just want to, Mama, I want to dance. Please just send me to school to dance. And Mom knows you got the capacity to do technical stuff and stuff that you can get degrees for, computer science, engineering, or whatever. I'm not saying give up your dream for dancing, but there are people who've been dancing all their life and they're going to get a lot of those scholarships. They're not as plentiful as the technical scholarships, the STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, that kind of stuff. So I'm not pushing people to technical, but the reality is if you like the luxuries of life, toilet paper and things like that, you need to get you a job that's going to pay some money. You know, because them leaves is not going to work for so long. I'm tired of leaves. I need a job with some money. so I need y'all to think about that. So when you talk engineering, my daughter right now, she don't like me telling how much she makes, but I make 120 and she makes more than me. And she got out of school 4 years ago. And she makes more than me. I make 120. She makes more than me. I'm not going to tell her salary, so when people say, so just saying. Engineer, they're making all kind of money. If you intern in co-op and during the summers go work with these companies, they will take and turn around and hire you. And they pay you more money because they got to know you and you got to know them. But you also get to know things you don't want to do. My daughter went out to the oil field and said, I don't like oil fields. So I'm not going to go get that the oil rigs off the coast. So she don't do that, but she knew that, she learned that when she got there. She didn't like plants. So co-op, but it's not just engineering. You can do it in accounting. You can do it in whatever. So if you're computer science or you're an accountant, then look at something that I think is coming up about federal government. Yeah. So what happens is this. My son is a computer science guy. His scholarship is a U.S. Department of Agriculture scholarship. That don't be no Smokey the Bear. I don't want to go to no U.S. Department of Agriculture. Dude, if they're going to pay for 4 years of college for you, you better get your butt out of my house. Are you crazy? Get that, and right now he's happy. He don't want to leave. He's over there, but he's not Smokey the Bear. Yes, he's got an outfit, and he's gone out to the forest and done his little thing, but he sits at his house. My son sits at his house, makes almost $65,000, $70,000. That's not a lot, but he works in his pajamas at home. Yeah, Daddy, no, I don't know if I want to leave this. No, you don't. I want to do your job too, but he didn't know that. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't know what's out there, what blessing is out there. You just take the step that God wants you to take, and then just don't worry about what's at the end. Just take that step. And so he listened and he did it, and now he's got a better job than he got the job I want. I have 7 people in my office I pay between $90,000 and $105,000 a year that we pay that much to. But each one of them have one thing in common. They got a degree. Got a history degree over here, computer science degree over here, political science degree over here. So sometimes you're not even going to know where that degree is going to get you. And for those of you who are in the room will say, but man, you keep pushing degree, degree, degree. Okay, forget the degree. Some of you want to just go have your own business. Carpenter, a plumber, work on planes, great stuff, great stuff. But I still want you to think about taking classes at some point. Go get that. If that's what's driving, if that's your purpose, if that's what you want to do. Parents don't like me to say this, but some of y'all just might not be meant for college right now. I can't stand when I send a kid to Baylor, full scholarship, and they get F and a F and a F and a D. I'm like, what happened there? She just didn't want to go. And so my issue is, okay, go do your thing you want to do, but at some point you're going to get too old, too bald, too fat, too round to do that. And so you're going to need that education to help you be the boss of people who can do what you want to do. So I just want you to think about that. And I know parents say, wait, don't tell them that part. I'd rather just tell them the whole truth. I'm not going to be hiding nothing out here. That's what people don't like. You teach scripture. They want you to teach all the prosperity stuff, but don't want you to teach you nothing about hell or other things that can happen to you. I'm going to tell you the whole truth, everything. And I'm just saying it. So if you don't want to know the truth, don't call me to talk to you. I tell you one thing that's funny. The TV station here real quick, this is what they did to me the other day. I got up and I was talking about EP21. If you go look at it on my website or look at it Saturday or Sunday morning, I just made a statement. We had some video problems, so it didn't tape it. But when I taped it with the people, they were like, amen, yes, amen. Wasn't my intent. And so we had to end up redoing it with audio, so you just see pictures coming across and I'm talking. And I say, you can't tell me that we here in EP21, we can't make a difference collectively because what you know and what you know, sir, and what you know, ma'am, helps the group when you speak up and we speak up. And I say, you can't tell me we can't make a difference because many years ago, not to get religious on you, but many years ago, one guy did it with 12 of his friends and they turned the world upside down. I said that. Mr. Betz, can you come downtown, please? And they brought me in the office to tell me, because they told me I can't do religion. You know, I do subliminal stuff on my cross. I do whatever you can't do because you got Muslims and Buddhists. And I tell you what, telling me not to be a Christian or talk like a Christian is like telling water not to be wet. You can't separate that with me. You can't. And so they told me, I said, you know what, ma'am, I get it. Well, maybe we need to just stop the TV. No, we want you to still do it. Can you dial that back a little bit? I said, I can't promise you I'm not going to ever say that because that's history. If I said Abraham Lincoln got shot in the head, you bet nothing wrong with that. That's history. I wasn't there. I didn't see him get shot, but I'm repeating history. When I talk about the guy with his 12 friends, his posse, his crew, that's history. That's what Jesus did. And so I ain't studying about what people saying. You have to stand on your principles when you do stuff. There are going to be people who are going to want me to come talk. And they're going to want me to not. My pastor had to call me down the other day. Say, Nippy, think about it. Wait, don't just say no. Because I ain't coming. He said, you can still do what you do and not so much harp on. He said, but people are going to know you Christian by the way you carry yourself. So I got to pray on that a little bit because I just had made up my mind. I ain't going nowhere that they won't let me say it. But I got to be careful because I might be the only Jesus that person in that audience will ever see. And so I'm going to go. And before and after, I can get a little crazy with it. But when I'm talking, I'll do it. But they'll know, just like the way you're working. If you're a dentist, there's no way you should be a dentist and people who you work with don't know you're a Christian. There's no way you should. So that just bugs me when people sit there and some of your parents like this. They're at work and they cussing and acting up and tripping and acting like the world. So I'm just saying that's just the reality. I used to be there. I'm just telling you, you be a Christian whatever you do. When you're getting your education, when you're in your job, you be a Christian wherever you're. Do you understand me? Y'all got it? Okay, let's go. Let's keep it going. I did say that EP21 is a free resource for you, so take advantage of it. It's free. Now, I like this one because I think about it. They ain't hunting when the rabbit got the gun. One of the things I know is this. When we started doing scholarship searches, man, that first 2 years, we were rocking and rolling. You couldn't tell us nothing. People were getting scholarships. I was marching people across the stage. We've given away like up to 80-something iPads and computers to date so far. We helped send people over to Europe for people to people. We were getting money from and we still do, from the United Way, CFC. People donate money, and that's where we get the bulk of our money from. And then I turn around and give it away. You didn't see it on the video, but I've taken $1,500 and I go through the room and I throw it through the sky and I make it rain up in here. And it's crazy. And parents and people elbowing and it's crazy. And so, but that was the good old days. It's tougher right now. They're changing the rules on y'all. Now the rabbit got the gun. So what's happening when you're hunting and you're out there shooting, boom, it's easy. I got the gun, the little rabbit, boom. All of a sudden the rabbit that's the school and the educational process out there for college, they're shooting back. Boom. So you got to like, what the heck? What they doing? All of a sudden they're shooting back. They're doing stuff like taxing your room and board. Boom. You're like, oh my goodness, Mr. Nippy, they taxing this stuff. What am I doing? They're doing stuff like your FAFSA. If you do your FAFSA, your free application for federal student aid, if you put the school you want at the top, that school will look at it and say, well, they want us so much, we can offer them less money for scholarships because they put us first. Boom. It's like, well, okay, well, that means I better put them in the middle or at the bottom. But now they turn around and say, well, if you put it at the bottom, that means you probably don't want us, so I'm not going to waste time giving you scholarships. Boom. How do you do that? I feel like I'm circled with rabbits and they're just boom, 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 and I'm in the middle. I don't even know how to deal with that one yet. A lot of people say just alphabetize your order on FAFSA so you can avoid that. I'm still working with colleges, but nobody's the same. This college will say if you put us first, we're going to offer you less. This one will say if you put us at the bottom, we're going to offer you less. I don't have a standard answer for that. Therefore, you going to have to do some of the work yourself by calling the school and asking them what they look at. That's just what's going to happen. They do the rabbit got the gun. EFC, I have a chart. I'm not going to show it. Just what I'm going to do is all those things, the links, I'm going to ask that you give it, make a copy of it. He's got it. And we'll just give it to the kids so they can take and go home just to make sure they got all those. It's all on my website. But I want y'all to go home and look at the links we're talking about. EFC. A lot of y'all will fill my seniors. You're going to fill out your EFC? How many people you got in your house, in your household? 3. 3 total with you. So you're the only kid? One of 3 kids? So 2 kids. Okay, single parent? 3 people. Okay. So I'm going to talk about FAFSA, Free Application for Federal Student Aid. It's going to look at your mom. That was your mom back there, right? No, that was your mom. That's right. So they're going to look at your stuff and they're going to come up with a number, estimated family contribution, which your family can pay. Back when me and Sister Fowler were younger, that number was it was crazy. We can get a Pell Grant and it could pay for everything and you can get a little car. Right now, Pell Grants don't even pay for books almost sometimes. So Pell Grants are a lot less. That chart will show you what you're supposed to pay based on what your family makes. But some of you will do the FAFSA, the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, and you're supposed to do it in January 1st. You did yours yet? Clear! Boom! We got to do triage on this baby. You did yours yet? I got to get Grey's Anatomy off in here. What's going on? Y'all got to get your FAFSA done because right now what's happening is these people are doing theirs and what's happening is the SEOG, the Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant. Right now, people have been doing their FAFSA since January 1st, January 2nd, January 5th, February. And right now they're in this queue. At the schools they're going to, they get money from the government and the state. They're called Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grants. And the schools, the kids walk up virtually, and the schools say, well, here's some for you, and here's some for you, and here's some for you, and here's some for you. It's less stringent than the Pell Grant. Then your mom and dad or parents are going to do it, and it's going to be, we got to wait for taxes. We got to wait for the taxes to do it. And they're going to do it when taxes come up, and you're going to be like, well, mine, most stuff for me? And they're going to say, nope, we're all up. We've given it out. That's why my kids do it January 2nd. And you use estimates from last year, or use actual from last year, or estimates from this year. Does that make sense? Your kids, parents, are going to miss out on opportunities because they didn't do what Mr. Miyagi is teaching his kids to do. Get it done in January. Get it done in a hurry. The reciprocity, we talked about that, the ratio. The rabbit got the gun. They know that based on the income that your family makes, you are going to pay this amount of money for school. And so schools will give you what they think is enough to attract you to come there. And so you got to know what to say to them. You got to know what to make them understand, hey, I got this over here. And they'll up the amount of money they'll give you. They'll change the ratio from loan to scholarships to give you more money. Because, see, they call student aid now loans. When I was growing up, loans wasn't student aid. You get your work study, you get your stuff. Now, the loan is student aid to you. That ain't student aid. That's putting me in debt. We are not supposed to be in debt. The Bible talks about that. It tells us that. And so let's try to avoid that as best we can. Overpayments, I talked to you about that. You can get that. Junior colleges. One of the things I want you to understand is we got a great junior college program here. So if for some reason, after you tell your parents, I want to go here, and they told you when you were little you can go to wherever, if you got to end up going to a junior college, then you go there and you make the best grades you can make. Because math is math, science is science, English is English. And you can put yourself through a junior college. You really can. What happens is a lady on the east side, she did that with her six kids. All 6 kids went to St. Philip's, but then they all transferred to Incarnate Word, and they all got their degree from Incarnate Word. So they didn't have it when they walked across the age. And here comes Paula. She went to St. Philip's, and then she came here. They didn't do that. No, it's just Incarnate Word. Your degree is Incarnate Word. But when you're in school, if you did all you could, and you didn't get the A's and B's and the SAT scores to get into those schools, do junior college, make the best grades you can, but be working with that 4-year school. Talk to them, get them to understand, I want to come to your school. Does this English transfer? No? Then give me the one that does, because I want to go to this school. Because, see, some people take English. There's different versions of English. I learned this watching TV on that. I got a thing here called NTV. I'll get one of these. It's like a book. Oh, this is the channel that I'm on. And I was just it's Saturday right before my show, and they taught me something. There's different English. You can take English that goes to a 4-year school or just English for English. You want the English that's going to transfer. There ain't nothing worse than you spending money to do this and then not being able to use that English in college. Does that make sense? So you got to know that kind of stuff. So the rabbit got the gun. Junior college is the way to go. We talked about college data on my homepage. That's that website where you compare against other schools. So keep that in mind. So real quick, I'm going to hit this. I'm watching the time because I want to make sure that we get some questions in here. My niece went to Harvard. Remember I told you about Mardi Gras? She made 800 on her math SAT. Is that good? Is that good? 800. Look, he said, that's perfect, right? She been this little. She said, Uncle Nick, I want to go Harvard. I want to go to Harvard. She made 800 also on her verbal SAT. Is that good? Is that perfect? She did perfect. She went to Harvard one summer, went to school, got 2 A's. So when it came time, she did all she could. And they said, congratulations, you made it. She said, Uncle Nick, I made it, yeah! How much money are they going to give you? I don't know, we're going to call them tomorrow. And they offered her 0. 0. So this is what I want, because some of you need to hear this. Because you're going to even do all you're supposed to do and still not be able to go to the school you want to go to. Are you going to roll up like a little ball and die, or are you going to just go out and figure it out? See, if you did what Mr. Miyagi said, you're going to do like my niece did, and she did the Mardi Gras thing. She caught all she could while she could. And so the stuff, she got the Harvard. She got what she wanted. She did everything she was supposed to do. God, how is it that you can let this happen to me? I did what you said. I did it. And I whooped this girl is not as smart as me. She got money to go to Harvard and I didn't. That wasn't God's will for her. And that may not be God's will for you to go exactly where you want to go or do what you want to do. But if you do what Mr. Miyagi up here said, you go to the side where you didn't want to go. I got a UT 4-year scholarship. Put this one in my pocket. I got this one over here I'm going to keep. And that's what you do. If you have choices, you can do that. Don't throw all your eggs in one basket. You know what? 90% of what I'm telling your parents probably told you this stuff. I'm just repeating what they say. You listen to me. My kids didn't listen to me, but y'all will listen to me. I don't know why. That's my gift. That's my purpose. So she went. I just wanted y'all to hear that. I got Steven Zarita, great kid. Got scholarships, $700 and something thousand worth of scholarships offered to him. Steven had the University of Colorado offer him $2,000. University of Washington in St. Louis offered him $150,000. Same kid. What's the difference? Some schools are looking for you. You got to cast a wide net and apply to more than just a couple of them. Then you can get choices. He ended up going to UT because his dad's a doctor. And so he ended up going to UT and having to pay out his pocket because they could. But some of y'all don't have that choice. So you need to have choices like this so you can say, I got to go get that one. I need to go to, I don't want to go to St. Louis, but if that's the degree I need, like my son, if that's what's going to give me what I want, that's the whole purpose. If I tell you I can get you to CIA or to work for FBI, NSA, or whatever, and in accounting, would you do it if they pay for your school? See, they need accountants too. They need lawyers too. So these places are looking for you. So if you've never done drugs, don't do them. And even if you do them, stop. Because when they ask you those questions, they're looking for kids like y'all to replace the workforce. So you got to do that stuff. White folks scholarship, I talked about that already. At my workshop and on my site, we talk about selecting a college and a major. You got to put some thought behind that. Some of y'all, again, you need to think about what you're picking for your major and why. We just did workshops on my site. You can go look, and there's a page that tells you what we talked about in the topics. Just go to that one, open it up, watch the show, and you can see it as if though you were there. Open the PowerPoint, go to the links, and you can have them both on your computer, drinking some tea and watching it. We talk about all that, and we tell you the things you need to think about. That young lady who went to Baylor, if we thought about this stuff right, we wouldn't have sent her to Baylor. We sent that baby, and she wasn't ready. Y'all in private schools, I don't know how you're going to act if you go to LSU like I did initially. I'm sitting in this room, and there's 500 kids, 800 kids. Some of y'all are not made for that. You go up to the professor, you can't even get to him. It's easier to get to Michael Jackson, and he's dead. And so you're like, I want to talk to him. But you're getting the teacher's aides, and then they say, well, meet me at 3, and you go over there because you got to get ready for this test, and you're sitting there, and they don't show up. Some of y'all not equipped for that. And so you go to schools like Shriner and some of the smaller schools that will take that attention. You don't show up for class, they call you that day. A lot of big schools don't do that, so think about that. So we talk about it at the workshop. Harry Potter. But that's same thing with selecting your majors. Pick the major based on what God's helping you understand. That's your will. Understand this though, if you're like me, you change your mind throughout life. But if you hone in on what his will is, he'll answer your question. A lot of times God answers one of 3 ways. Yes, no, or not right now. Ask him and he'll help you figure it out. Harry Potter, my son doing those books. What do you read? What books are you reading? Are you reading any book outside of school right now? What book?
Those Percy Jackson books.
What's up, Percy Jackson books? What books are you reading? Anything? Malcolm X autobiography. What books are you reading? I ain't reading no books right now, just the Bible. That's enough for me. Hallelujah. What books are you reading? Now, okay, see, my son, when he wrote his scholarship, they're going to ask you that. What book are you reading? And then he wrote Harry Potter. I'm like, what? Harry Potter? Because see, a lot of parents don't look at their kid's scholarship, and they would have sent that in. Say, you are not reading Harry Potter. What are you talking about? Well, Dad, that's the book I'm reading. I say, boy, and I went and I grabbed a book like this. I say, boy, look, what does this book say? He said, The Audacity of Hope by Barack Obama. I said, you have now begun reading a new book, right? And so he opened up and he looked at it, and on his essay, when he said, what book are you reading? It said, The Audacity of Hope by Barack Obama. And he said, what's it about? Republicans and Democrats working together, blah, 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 blah. My son was one of 18 people. This is the boy who couldn't make over 1,000 on the SAT. He got one of 18 scholarships for U.S. Department of Agriculture because of that book. I know that. If he wrote Harry Potter, he would not have gotten that money. So I'm telling you, these are little things, y'all, but I'm right. I'm right about this. Backslash, we talked about going back to the backslash. Number2.com. If you need to get better at taking SAT, ACT, PSAT for you old people, those MCAT, for you adults going to school, some of those things, that site is incredible. It walks you through. So instead of doing Kaplan and Princeton Review and all of that, that site you can, no kidding, have your kids get on there and they can start going through. If A equals B and if A equals 1 and B equals 2, what is C? You put an answer and say, nope, you probably thought this, try again. And it walks you through and it gives you a score compared to the national average. And my son had to do 60 of those questions by Friday night every week before he can go out. Some Thursday he got slick and he just wrote C, so he can go out. And so he said, Dad, I'm about to go. I said, no, you're not. Well, Dad, I did all that stuff. No, you didn't. You took 3 minutes to write all those answers. So I'm trying to say, if y'all going to ask your parents to pay for you to go to college, you should be doing all you can to help them. And my son wasn't helping me. He was just using me, taking advantage of me. But use that site. FAFSA, Pell Grant, SELG, we kind of talked about the Supplemental Education Opportunity Grant already. Herding cats, I'm not going to show that, but that's what I feel like I'm doing with y'all. I'm herding cats. Mr. Nippy, I want to do this and I want to do that. Man, I ain't got time to hear that. I'm looking for warriors, people who know what they want, think they know what they want, are willing to listen to what we're teaching, and then we're going to run together. We're building an army of Christians who want to go out and get their education. Everybody I talk to won't be Christians. That's all right. You can run with me too, but you're going to listen to what I'm saying. It's going to come out. I can't stop being that Christian. Can't do everything alone. The Bible says there's wisdom and counsel, so you use your parents. Y'all think your parents are just stupid. They are not. They are not. They didn't just get stupid. I don't know what it is at age 13, 14. If some of y'all it hadn't happened yet, it's going to happen. There's something that just clicks. They stupid. Your parents are not stupid. They are a lot smarter than you think. And see, that's what I say, it's so funny. And all of a sudden, now my daughter, when she got to about 21, all of a sudden I became wise. I'm the same stupid person she used to see. Now I'm wise. Now she's jumping on my son about things. But you shouldn't be doing that. I'm like, Lord, she sounds like me and her mama. But that age is just going to happen. I'm going to ask that you pray about that, because there's wisdom in your parents. There's wisdom in other folks. So I am trying to make you understand that you find people who are willing to help you and do what they say to do. All right? If it's a minefield out here, and I've already walked through this minefield, or my kids that I've helped get millions of dollars walk through it, I'm just going to say, y'all follow the footsteps of the ones who already did it so you don't get blown up. I don't want you to be in debt. It's crazy. See, this is where my focus is honed. Now, my purpose, I know what I'm here for. Besides helping y'all. You see, when I was just doing it, I didn't know why. It's like that fire shut up in my bones. I don't know why my kids are gone, why I can't just sit at home and watch TV and relax like regular people, because God didn't intend for me to be regular. He has a purpose for me. And so that's what I'm doing right now, fulfilling my purpose right now. And I'm so excited. Oh, but I could have got $3,500. Yeah, it's just something that's not me. And I would have missed out on this opportunity. Oh, but you're going to give them copies of your books and you're not going to make that money. It's good when you make $200-something thousand that you really don't need it, so you can do that. That's what I'm trying to make my son. He's all, well, I ain't all about money. And the other night he put a thing out about a bowl-a-thon looking to raise some money. So me and my daughter, who are about money to take care of our needs, gave him the money. He said, oh, thank y'all. Y'all wonderful. I say, son, stop. You say you're not about money, but in order for you to do what it is that God wants you to do, you need to be able to give back to the kingdom and then take care of your responsibilities as a man and as a father of a single mom, kid, household, you need to take care of that responsibility. And then if you got extra, you give it so you can help fulfill the kingdom and what God wants you to do. It's selfish to say, well, I just only need a little bit to live on. But the world needs more. These kids need more. You got a story to tell. So I want y'all to think about that. Teamwork is still important. EP21, we're a team, we're a family, we're excited. So I want y'all to be a part of that. Yes, I'm going to even do a scholarship institute. I'm not asking y'all to do that, but I'm doing that for those people who just won't leave me alone. They keep saying, we want you to take this money. Take it so you can help my kids. So I'm going to do that, and I'm not a sinner for doing that. That's just what God's calling me to do. So people can chastise me all they want to. I don't care. There's going to be a return on investment. So I can get them $100,000, $300,000, and they paid a couple of dollars to get that. I'm not going to feel bad about that at all because I'm giving back to them. Accountability teams. I'm working out at Geekdom. I'm going to be doing big talks out there. It's downtown, and I'm going to be helping kids around the city as I'm flying back and forth from around the world. I got bookings in Dallas already, Cocoa Beach, Florida, Wichita, Kansas. I can't wait to see what that's all about. Wow, Atlanta. Just by speaking it, by going out on faith and saying, I'm doing what God said to do, and I'm not listening to no Greg Bellamy, who's my best friend in the world. Bro, you gonna give with Nippy? Whoa, dude. And he's my best friend, and people like that will pull. Sometimes when you're out to do that mighty work, sometimes people who love you are gonna try to stop you because they care about you. But I don't have time. If I'm doing what God asked me to do, I don't care what other people say, and you shouldn't either. So that's why I say if you figure out what it is that God wants you to do, boy, don't let man get in your way. Avoid the landmines, hit your goals. Even Jesus had a crew. Let EP21 be your crew. It don't cost nothing. We pay for the food. We pay for the enjoyment, entertainment, and have a good time. You don't have to pay anybody to help you get scholarships. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. All right? Nothing to lose, everything. And some of you say, well, how can you say that? And then you just said you're doing a thing. I'm doing more of an accountability thing, a coaching thing. But for scholarships, you don't ever need to see me again, and you can get full paid scholarships. Doing the stuff that's in my book that I'm giving you, doing the stuff that's at EP21, doing the stuff that's on the TV shows. So does everybody understand what I'm saying there? Okay, keep that in mind. Faith-based scholarship accountability team. If you know someone who's looking, send them my way to EP21 every second Saturday from September to May. I was going to stop doing that, but I say, nope, I'm going to do that because that's just another calling I got. So I think I am done. What I want to do is hear from y'all. If you got some questions, there was a mic, I think you got it over here. I'll let him run it to you. If anybody got any questions, and even if not now, go back to my my website, nippybetz.com, because I'm going to show them where to put the things so they can get that free book. Any questions? If a millionaire were willing to teach you how he became a millionaire, would you listen?
Oh, yeah.
Well, look at me like a millionaire when it comes. I'm the Bill Gates of scholarships. I'm the Black Harry Potter in your life right now. I want y'all to listen to what I'm saying. So I think you got a question or a question?
Before you do that, first thing, one question everybody asks, where do they start?
Where do they start? Come to EP21 next Saturday if you can. If you can't, go to the website and watch it. If you can't, watch it on TV Saturday or Sunday. Then there we tell you what to do. Now, there's a timeline on my website. It tells you what to do. So he says, where do you start? I've talked about, there's a timeline on that download page. Download it, put it on your refrigerator. It tells you what to do as a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, a senior. It tells you all that. That's on the EP21 website. If you can't find it, just call me. I'm not running from y'all. I ain't scared of y'all. My phone don't ring, no. So that's where you start. Go back up to, this is the EP21 site, but go to that Scholarships for All so I can tell up there the second link. That's my new website. I've been sleeping 3 hours a night. I can't go to bed. I'm so excited about what I'm doing. I can't even go to sleep. And it's crazy. But sometimes if God has you doing stuff, he gives you all the energy you need. He does. He takes, all right, so now click the link up there right next to TV personality, edutainer, scholarship coach, motivator, author, TV personality. Yeah, that's me. That's what I do. Okay, now, so hit that link. And it's always delay. Okay, all right, it's coming. And so there on the left side, it's going to be a little area where you just fill out. If you fill that out in the comment section, just put book. I'm going to send you an e-version book, a copy of my book. Now, you can go to Barnes & Noble or Amazon or Kindle and all these other places and pay $6, $7 for it. You can buy the hard copy for $10, but I'm giving it to you for free. How much does free cost you? Okay. My wife is going to run crazy. I'm telling you, me and Sister Val already talked. She already said, wait a minute now. But God put that on my heart. She's the boss of me, right? Don't tell her I said that. Edit that. All right, here. There it is. Scroll up. Scroll down. That's Scholarships for All. And right underneath my picture, there's a thing. It talks about what we're doing. Put your name, put your email, put in the comments, book. Free book or book. I will click that. I will send you the book. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Good.
All right, questions?
Then you say, what do they do? Read the book and do what's in the book.
If you want to get a scholarship, like at a certain place, for example, if you want to, like, know how to build jets and you want to get into Lockwood Air Force Base, how would you get in for that scholarship?
You want to learn how to build jets?
No. That's just an example. I want to learn how to get into guns and stuff and shooting.
Okay. So, again, if you have an area of specialty that you want, first thing, that page 23 on that scholarship link, there's a scholarship book. There's a way to search for that, and you can find that kind of stuff. Now, because of what you said, let me just tell y'all, we got great programs at some of the junior colleges. So I said jets, even though you didn't say that. St. Philip's has a thing where they have an agreement with some of the vendors around here, some of the companies, to help kids go to school for a couple of years, get that 2-year degree, and then go out and get jobs doing that. So your thing was about guns, or
he's one of the, he's like this FBI, CIA,
oh,
SWAT, and all
okay.
that kind of stuff.
Then the internship, when you go to my site, the internship, companies like that are looking for you. So you just put in for that. What are you, a sophomore, junior, senior? What are you? Freshman. Okay. So if you know that already, then, and in my book it talks about that. So when you get it, read it. It talks about how you do that. They will pay for you to go to school. Then they want you to work for them for 4 years. If you want to do that kind of stuff, or fly satellites. I used to fly satellites too. That's what you can do. Good question.
Okay.
Next question. I think here and then there. Here you go. Take two of them.
I know you got questions. Okay, hold on.
I'm going to pass them down.
Come on, Julia.
Thanks.
Stand up, Julia.
Yeah. Here, pass these down.
What
here.
if you like lots of sports and stuff?
What if you like sports? You're good at sports?
You just want to keep doing sports a lot, maybe engineering. Like, you like a lot of stuff. How do you?
You want to go do it in school too, in college?
I guess so.
Because you don't have to. Okay, good question. First thing, my daughter was a soccer player. She wanted to go play, and we went to LSU in Houston, and we talked, and they wanted to come to school. If you're that kind of athlete, then you go after that. But I say get academic scholarships and then play. That's what we did with my daughter. Because if she got a soccer scholarship, went to play soccer, and then decided to quit, she would lose her scholarship. But if you have academic scholarships, then you won't. Now, she quit playing. She was a starter for the University of Houston. She eventually stopped, but she lost no scholarship money. Then she went on, and in college, she played on a traveling team. So she's in school for engineering, but she would travel with the school's traveling varsity team, if you will. And they have a whole network of stuff. So you can still get your athleticism on and go to school while you're in college. So whether it's to really play for the school or play like with the leagues, they got plenty of that stuff. And now she is an engineer still doing that, winning championships. She's 20-something, and she plays on co-ed soccer teams around the city. So you can still do that as you're growing up. Yes, sir. Next question. I think back here. Did you have a question? One of y'all? Oh, yeah, my man
Nippy,
here.
what if you have a student that may not necessarily have started off high school, college bound, and they're about a junior, senior, and now I'm beginning, I think I really want to go to school, but I may have had to take a night class because I failed a class. Well, they're not going to want me because I failed or my GPA is 2 point something. What do I do?
Yeah, again, it's triage. First thing, but they're in high school now?
Yes.
They're still in high. Okay, you need that thing I was telling her about triage. So on my site, and that links, those links, there's one called offtocollege.com. And there's stuff for late starters or people with different circumstances. And they, no kidding, can use the stuff they tell you to move on. There's also, though, that page 23 in that scholarship search book I was telling you about, where if you've got issues, I got people who've been to prison, and there's scholarships for them. People who are part of a juvenile program, there's scholarships for them. Foster care kids, there's scholarships, full paid scholarships for them. So there's scholarships for just about anything. When I say that, I'm not making that up or exaggerating. It's out there, really is. I just haven't been able to find one for right-handed people. That's the only thing I hadn't found.
It's February 27th, I'm a senior. I didn't think my family had any money. Do I got time to still get some money?
My daughter in February of her senior year had $0. Zero. And we had to hustle, and we found her scholarships. This is what I did, call the different schools. I told them about my daughter, University of Texas. I called them, I got this girl, she's all that in the bag of chips. She plays soccer, ooh, you ought to see her. She is, ooh. And they said, well, sir, based on what you just told her in the SAT, we can give you $1,000 a year. That ain't no money. I called University of Houston, did the same exact thing. Ooh, I got this daughter, you ought to see her. She's all in the bag of chips. Ooh, and this is February now. And they say, well, what's the SAT? And what's the GPA? And based on that, public schools in Texas will give you scholarships if your GPA and stuff is certain points. And so they say, well, we can give her $5,500. I say, really? He said, yeah. I said, now call the college. I say, I'm talking to you now. He said, no, we're the University of Houston. Call the College of Engineering. And so we picked the phone, called the College of Engineering. I said the same thing. Ooh, you ought to see her. She all in the bag of chips. She's, ooh, And they said, we'll give her $6,500. $6,500, that's $12,000. School was $15,500 a year. I said, you got anything else? And I could just see him turning around, looking up, and had this thing and say, oh, here's a Shell scholarship. You can apply for that. $4,000 a year. She got it. $4,000, $12,000, that's $16,000 that my daughter got, plus other monies that she earned from the church and the rodeo and other stuff. But that was enough for her. Had I not picked the phone up and called, had I not known what to do, asked the questions, I may not have gotten there. And I would have sent her to UT to be engineering as a black female, and they were going to give her $1,000. I was crazy for her score. So what I'm telling you, and just like I told you that story, I've got other stories and other kids. Come meet some of them. Some of them come back in my workshop in May. They're going to be lined up sitting there from Yale, from Harvard, from UT, from Northwest Vista, and ask them any questions you want. They've been through our program. They've done what we're going to talk to you about. Next Saturday, it's going to be high school counselors sitting up there, and they're working with me. So.
Nippy,
great question. I'm
a parent, Nippy. I'm right here.
Yeah, these questions he's asking are great. This is funny.
Nippy,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm a parent, and I'm scared.
You scared? Why you scared?
I told my son, whatever he do, he can get into college, and he going to get in. And I don't have no money for him. Mm-hmm. And you said it's going to require some work. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of nervous and scared about what does work mean for me as a parent. Okay. So can you help me as a parent?
I sure can, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones.
What do you mean when you say work? Yeah. Because I'm really scared. I want my child to think I'm dumb. I don't know what I'm doing.
Now, what, your son is a senior, junior? Or
my son's a freshman.
Freshman, so he's a freshman. Mm-hmm. See, that's the beauty of this, is that if you don't know this stuff, then you find people who do know and put your kid in there. People bring their kids to my workshop, and those kids don't want to be there. Like they're just like this. Before that workshop's over, I'm swinging on vines, and they're excited, and they're thinking about it, and they see other kids getting excited. So you become like the people you hang around. You've heard it. So you drag them around other people who want what you're saying that you want for them, so they see that and say, well, I can have it too. Because see, I got kids over from Sam Houston High School competing against kids at Reagan and whooping their behinds because they're putting in the work. So if that kid of yours wants to do the work, then they can have what they're after. But sometimes you got to want it more than them. So I just got to tell you, it's not about just the kid. It's a family thing. I got a lady, I work at a physical, she is absolutely hurt. They get the scholarship, she gives her son the essay, he writes the essay, the dad starts working on letter of recommendation packages, they do a family thing, and at the end of the week, they sit there, they look at it, they ship that out, they look at what's coming, they're now at about 60-something scholarships, they're applying as a team. It takes more than just saying, you better get some scholarships going in there, and you watching American Idol. Parents need to get involved as well. And if a son, that's just the truth of the matter. It's just Mardi Gras, and I'll just say it, when I told you about catching them beads, in New Orleans, we put the kids on our necks. Hey, throw my baby some beads. So please, throw me some beads. And sometimes the kids are just, baby, sit down. Mama, I got to get you some more scholarship. Hey, give me that. Give me this. And my wife searched for scholarships like she was trying to go to school. For my son, who was, I don't care, And she said, you got to get out of here because you know your daddy crazy. Yes, so that's the answer. So it takes a team effort. One more. She got one too.
What is a stipend? And what happens if I get $30,000 worth of scholarship, let's say $50,000 worth of scholarship, and I only needed $30 for that year? What happens to the other $20? And what's a stipend?
Well, first thing, it depends on what school you go to. If you're going to Harvard, Yale, or whatever, and they give you a scholarship that you can come here and we're going to give you $30,000 a year and school is $50,000, they expect you to pay $20,000. Then you go out and earn some extra scholarships. If they gave you a full-paid scholarships, the extra scholarships you get go to Harvard. It goes into their endowment. And you say, wait a minute, I just earned this. They take all those overpayments. If they're giving you one of their scholarships, they don't let you use that extra. Some public schools, however, will let you take that extra. Like my son, he pay all this stuff, and then he get a check for $6,000. He get a check for $4,000. We stuck that in a little bank at Walmart, Wood Forest Bank. And that's where we put it. Because my son had a surprise coming. We didn't know it until my grandson was 15 months old, 12 months old, before we found out that he had a son. Well, wow, what's he going to do? He got to quit school. Not my son, because he had overpayments. So he took the overpayments and he paid his child support. He paid his child support from that, and he still stayed in school and had extra. So that's one of those things you can do with that extra money. There are stipends and things that are taxable and non-taxable. That's why you got to be careful for family, parents especially. When you do your taxes next year, if your kid gets all these scholarships, room and board is taxable. So you got to plan for that. When that happened to my son, he had a tax bill because he had a job on campus making $17 an hour. They have lots of jobs on campuses, by the way. He was doing that and full paid scholarship, and it came time to pay. He had $28,000 in income. He owed $2,000 in taxes. That year I owed $8,500. So I paid $30,000 overall, but I owed another $8,500 to make it that amount. So I looked at my wife, and my son said, "Well, what am I gonna do?" I said, "Pay your taxes." He said, "But Daddy, I don't have it." And I said, my wife just gave me that look. Y'all know what that means, right? I wrote my check for $8,500 and here's for $2,000. But we were ready next year because we knew that was coming. So parents, don't get caught. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. If I just told you that's going to happen, why would you go make that mistake? Be not like stupid, smart, or wise. Be wise. Don't make my mistakes. Hope that helps. Y'all watch the clock now. It's y'all's time. Okay? You say you're the principal.
So I have a sixth grader. Of course, yes. I know that it's pertinent to her, but I also have a first, second, and third grader, and I know you previously talked about scholarships for those children. How does that work? Like, is it a bank that it goes into within the school, or is it a bank that's set aside for them when they do decide?
Mm-hmm. They hold it for you. So what happens is, whether it's Johnson & Johnson, they got one. It's $500. Just send in a picture. I don't know anybody who's ever applied for it that didn't get it. Johnson & Johnson. Gerber has scholarships for your babies.
At what age can you send this?
That's third grade I'm talking about. I mean, they even got it for even younger than that. Draw a picture.
Ninth grader picture?
No. But they got all those. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. 6th, 7th graders. Don't make me have wasted my time and you're not going to at least go look. Just try me. Go through middle school scholarships, 6th grade scholarships. Put quotes around it if you want. Look at that page 23 of that book. It tells you all the techniques. There's all kind of money. So, man, for all ages, there's money out there. Now, some schools are specific. So some of you are going to send your kids to this little program at Trinity, and Trinity's going to give you $10,000 for when you come to Trinity. But you and I know that if all you get is $10,000 a year, you can't afford to go to Trinity, right? So you got $10,000, but that don't mean that unless you go to Trinity. If you pick another school, you can't. So you want to try to get a lot of scholarships that can go anywhere, but you also grab those Trinity ones just in case that's where you go. Because your EFC, your estimated family contribution, Trinity will pay you a lot of extra money to go there because their tuition is so much higher. Same thing with Baylor. So that's why I tell people it's cheaper to go to Baylor than it is to go to UTSA in many instances. But no, your kids are not too young. You start searching. You start doing those Google searches right now using the technique that's in that free book. Dude, I think I've given y'all 4 free books today. I really have. If you think about it, and I told Cynthia, this is going to be on tape. I hope they keep it in some little area where y'all can go back and look at it and take notes. And because it's for you. This was for you.
Yeah. Nippy, also, can you give us where it is your workshop next week and what time? Before Coach has his question.
Okay, wow, well, it's 2514 Observation Drive. It's no kidding. If you go right outside, right at Church's Chicken, right over here off 90, you go right past that, and right before you get on that, before you get into that curve to get up to 410, we're right down the street on Observation Drive. It's inside the loop. It's no kidding. It's less than 3-4 miles from here. And that's where we go to church, a big $2 million facility.
What time?
Oh, that's right. Just 90 access. That's right.
What time?
Huh?
What time?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 9 to 10:30, and it's there. And you can watch it on TV at 10 o'clock. You can watch the last one. But I'm saying get in the room, get around the people. See, that's what I like. They'll sit next to this man here who might have helped his kids get scholarship. He'll say something. All of a sudden, when it's over, they're not running up to me. They're running, hey, what'd you do? And they say, well, this is what I did. Until people share, and they teach me as well. So that's what I mean, this synergy. I'm building. Jesus had a crew. They all worked together to change the world. Let's change the world. Dude, we can do this. Y'all got your own crew right here. Even if you don't come to me, you got Sister Fowler, Cynthia Fowler. She knows a lot of this stuff. She does the stuff to help our kids at church, so she knows a lot. Just go ask her. You'd be surprised at what happens if you ask for help. You might get it. What's up, Coach?
If my son is white and a minority, can he apply for a scholarship under both races?
That's deep. I've never done drugs, but right now I think I know what that feels like. Like if your son is white and a minority, Okay, so I think what he's getting.
One parent's white, one parent's a minority. Can he apply for a scholarship under both races?
Okay, okay. Wow, that's deep.
Biracial children.
No, there are more biracial scholarships than you can think about. First thing, that's number one. There's biracial scholarships, and even though I'm in a church, I'm just gonna say it's for everything, and even the sexual orient. They got scholarships for everything. But your question, which is very good, and the first time I've ever heard that, by the way, one of the things is they focus on what the kid is. So a lot of times the kid is part Indian, and they're part 1/8, 1/4, whenever they get scholarships. Biracial scholarships, so it's out there. You just type it, biracial scholarships. And watch what happens. It's magical. That's a great question.
And I would say yes to that question because if they can meet both criteria.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Oh, yeah, because they're African American, if you will. And then, but again, there are specific scholarships looking for white kids. So I don't know if he would get a scholarship because when they're looking for white kids, they want white kids to help with their diversity. But in reality, all scholarships, a lot of them are made for the. And let me say it. Bill Gates gives way more money to white kids than black kids, but you wouldn't know that to hear it. What you think is he gives it all to minorities. He has a program for minorities, but he's got so much other stuff he gives away. Those kids who are biracial or mixed parents, they can apply for those, the regular stuff, and the minorities, so they can apply for both. I think that's what she's getting at, right? Okay, up here. What's up, girl? I like them glasses. Hey.
Tanisha, stand up.
Okay, if you want to get a scholarship, will you apply for scholarships for business and you get accepted for it and you get multiple schools, how would you know which one to choose?
If you have multiple schools to go, you got to do your research. So when I put up there selecting a major, selecting a college, my workshop last month talked about that and the things you think about. There's a series of things you got to think about for yourself. Also, you got to look at which one's going to give you the best money. That's why I say this is business, y'all. Look at yourself as a corporation. You incorporated. You're a business. And you got to sit there and say, which one am I going to give my money and my talent and my time to in order to find God's will for my life? So that's what you do, baby. You do that. You find which one's going to be better for you and then go. So you want to stay in Texas? Do you want to stay in Texas to go to college? No? No. See, I love. She said, no, I kind of have to. Let me share with you. This is the funny thing. So if I know that programs like the University of Hawaii are looking for Texans, would you go to Hawaii to go to college? Yes. Would you go to St. Thomas to go to college? See, these are places. Look, mom and dad say, yeah, if they're going to get scholarships to go to St. Thomas, and I'll visit them every semester. These places are looking. They don't want everybody from their place. So they've got scholarships. They're reaching out. This is why you got to do the Mardi Gras thing and catch it. But some people will say, like this baby said, but that's what I kind of have to, because most parents, if I say, where do you want your kid to go to school if you got to pay for it? In-state or out-of-state? What do you think the parents say? In-state, right. But when I ask the kids, if money was no object, where would you want to go to school? In-state or out-of-state? The kids say, right. See, that's what I mean. So that's the reality. My issue, though, is if you can find scholarships that are going to pay you more to go out of state than in state, wouldn't that be nice? Some of you are going to pass that opportunity by because you don't even know to try. That's why I throw all that stuff at you. I threw at you today about Mardi Gras, the books that I told you about. They're going to tell you to do these things I'm telling you. I'm not some brilliant person. I'm just a guy who took time to read some of this stuff, and I helped a lot of kids, and now I have that up here in my head.
Nippy, one last thing, Nippy. What are some of the mistakes that people make concerning college choices or scholarships?
One of the biggest mistakes is you do the scholarship and you send it in without anybody checking it. I had one kid one year, did 67 scholarships and he got none. How many did anybody see? They saw none. So what I'm saying is none of us are perfect. I work at a place and I get paid a lot of money and I make mistakes. So I know that I make mistakes, so I have people proof my stuff, check my stuff, validate that what I sent is what I meant to send. Correct the commas. Sometimes, if it says write a 500-word essay and you wrote a 501-word essay, some of them will throw it out just because of that. They're looking for reason to cut you out. The biggest mistake I see the most is when they don't take the time to have somebody check it, proof it before they hit send. And this cutting and pasting, I'm telling you, you only have to write a few essays, put them down on a computer, and then cut and paste and mix it up. And see, that's the issue. Some of you will sit at the computer, discover, and do it right online and hit send. I did what Mr. Nippy said, I did one. No, that don't count. You got to have somebody look at it. Picking a school also, like I did with the Baylor thing. Pick schools. You got to think. If selecting a college, selecting a major, they pick the wrong school that they're not prepared for, they're not ready for, or one that don't challenge them. Junior colleges, some of y'all don't need to go to junior college. Some of you need to go to a 4-year school. So there's just pros and cons to each. Each kid is an individual. You incorporated. So you got to find out what works for you. Who's the best person to help you with that? Your parents who know you, who understand you. So talk to them. And then talk to folk like me. And if you don't agree with them, Mr. Nippy, can you help my parents? They crazy. They don't understand. Or if that baby said, because I can't afford to probably go out of, and that's a lot of people say that. And when I say, no, you can, and I tell her, and she said, wait a minute. Do I say, there's scholarships in Idaho, you want that? Anybody want to go to school in Idaho? No. See, no, that's what I say, most people don't. But again, keep in mind, go to Idaho and it's free. Or go anywhere else and it's going to cost you and your parents $80,000. If I gave you a free scholarship to the University of Iowa, where they got a great Hawkeyes football team, you say no before looking at it. So the mistake is not researching it. You can go online and search that school. There are little schools out there for some of you who are athletes or you want to go play ball that will pay you everything. Yeah, but I'm not that good. I'm not like the bigger school. They're not looking for that. They're looking for that student person who's a good student. And if you got little skills, they'll work with you. So find the stuff out there. Find the smaller schools, the little hidden gems. That's what they don't do. They don't cast a wide net. They just focus on what they want or they think they can't do things. I absolutely love doing this, by the way. Can y'all tell I love this? This is amazing. I love doing this here. And then I got to leave here and I'm going back to work. Got to sit and talk to people in Colorado Springs about world problems and solving President Obama's issues. I can't wait till I can do this full time. I can't wait.
So, Mr. Nippy, you're also telling me that if I'm a parent and I make real good money, my students can still get a scholarship.
It's like a plan. Okay, so again, I just told you, my wife said, don't be telling people how much money we make. We make $230,000, $240,000. My kids got need-based scholarships. Now you say, wait a minute. They had no need. My EFC said, EFC, Estimated Family Contribution, said I could pay $18,000 and I could pay $19,000 1 year. My kids were both in school. That's $37,000. So the government, telling me I could pay $37,000 for my kids to go to school. And to them, I say, forget them. Forget them. That's my money. There's no such thing as a retirement loan. And so we apply for everything to include need-based. Now, when they wanted my W-2s, I didn't send them that. But if it was a need-based where I didn't have to give them all my W-2s, I did it. My son 1 year got $5,000 in a need-based scholarship, and he was already getting checks back. And then he got some more money. So that happens. I'll just say one other thing for those who think it's an integrity thing. I showed you that thing about Barack Obama, about the book. You have now begun reading a new book. Did my son ever finish reading that book? I don't know, and I don't care. He got the full-pay scholarship. And some people say, wait, that's not right, though. Did he start? Did he say, I'm reading the book. This is what it's about? He wrote the essay. He said, but that's not fair. He never read the book. And to parents who look me in the face and tell me that, I say, forget y'all. This is war. I'm fighting a war. If I know this is what it takes, I'm getting my kid some of this money. And that's what I like about y'all, is because you're part of the family now. You've been exposed to me. I'm Uncle Nippy. I'm that old uncle that said, oh, Lord, here he come. He going to talk about my purpose and what God want me to do and ask me questions that's going to stretch me and make me do things I don't really want to do. You thank God for people like that in your life because they're the ones who are going to change your life, put you on the right trajectory. God puts people like me in your life for a reason. He puts people like Cynthia in my life for a reason. We've been trying to do this for a while. We've been trying to do this. And when that amount of $3,500 to get me to come here came up, because that's right. I get more. I can get more than that. I know. And she needed to. But that's what I'm saying. But it didn't happen then. But you know what? I'm here. How much did it cost? Nothing. If it's in God's will, it's going to happen. We were meant to meet today. We were meant to meet today, not just for this day, though. For you to check out the free stuff, for you to do the things I said, so that down the road, when you're that engineer, maybe you'll write a check back to EP21 and say, hey, you're doing a great work, Mr. Nippy. I make all this extra money. I got to get write-offs. Here, help some more kids. Or here's a scholarship for the kids at my school. I want to run it through your nonprofit and give it to my kids, the kids right here, because I want to give back because you took time. It costs me money, by the way, to come here. I get a lot of money every day. I get paid really well. It costs me money to be here. I'm taking my leave, my time. If I'm going to invest in you, y'all got to give me something back. Give me you doing good stuff so I could talk about y'all. That's all I'm asking for. Okay?
Let's thank him.
That's to y'all. Hey. Kate, sir, can you get up here and take a picture of me? Stand here. We're going to all have a hand. Do something.
Okay,
I want to remember this day.
Okay, 1 second, Nippy. Okay,
1 second. Look how she trying to stop me and be the boss of me like Adrian. Come on.
1 second.
Everybody turn around. No, since he's doing it right now. Everybody real quick, look. Hey, let's just wave. We all here. We getting scholarships. What's up? Oh, everybody else, come on. Come on. That's what I ain't better. Oh, look at this. He's doing a selfie.